Hello viewers, in this video we'll see cost sheet. Under that we'll see closing stock valuation. This is the format of cost sheet. We saw this already in our previous videos, and based on this format we are going to work out the problem now. We'll see one problem. The following data relate to the manufacture of a product during the month of January. Particulars and amount was given. Raw material consumed 20,000, direct wages 12,000, machine hours worked 1,000 hours, machine hour rate rupees 2 per hour. Okay, here the machine hours was given and the rate per hour was given. Okay, using this we have to find out the machine hour cost. Okay, and office overhead 20% on work cost. Okay, after finding the work cost we have to calculate 20% on that. That is the office overhead. Selling overhead rupee 40 paise per unit. Okay, for unit it costs 40 paise, and units produced 20,000 units. Units sold at rupees 3 each. Okay, 18,000 units. The number of units sold was 18,000, but the number of units produced was 20,000. Okay, and the difference between this two is the closing stock, because the unit produced is 20,000 but the sold units is just 18,000. So here we have a difference of 2,000, and this 2,000 is the closing stock. Okay, prepare a cost sheet to show prime cost, work cost, cost of production of goods sold, cost of sales and profit. Okay, we have to find all this thing. Okay, let's start doing the problem now. First we have to write the raw materials 20,000. Okay, and next direct wages we have to write. Okay, and we don't have expenses, so we can add this. We'll find the prime cost. Yes, prime cost is 32,000. Okay, with this we have to add the factory overhead. Under factory overhead we have machine hour cost. Okay, this is 1,000 hours and rupee 2 per hour. So 1,000 into 2 will get 2,000 rupees. Okay, this is the machine hour cost, and if we add this we'll get the work cost. Okay, so the work cost is 34,000. Okay, in this work cost we have to find the office overhead. It is 20% on work cost. Okay, so 20% into 34,000 will get 6,800. This is the office overhead. If we add this, we'll get cost of production. Okay, and this cost of production is for 20,000 units. The next step is that we have to write the closing stock. As we saw earlier, the number of units produced is 20,000 and the units sold is 18,000. So the 2,000 represents the closing stock. Okay, this 2,000 is the closing stock. The difference between the units produced and the units sold is closing stock, and we need to find the value of this closing stock. Okay, it is based on the cost of production. Okay, for 20,000 units the cost of production is 40,800. So for this 2,000 units we have to just do a cross multiplication and we'll get 4,080. That is the value of closing stock. Okay, this is just one cross multiplication. For 20,000 it is 40,800. For 2,000 how much? 2,000 into 40,800 divided by 20,000 will get 4,080, the closing stock. Okay, and if we subtract the closing stock we'll get the cost of goods sold. Okay, cost of goods sold is 36,720, and now we have to add the selling overhead. Yes, here the selling overhead is given for unit. Okay, now the number of units sold we got, that is 18,000 units was sold. So 18,000 into 0.4 is the selling overhead per unit. No, so we have to multiply this. We'll get 7,200 is the selling overhead. Okay, we have to add the cost of goods sold and the selling overhead. We'll get cost of sales, that is 43,920. Okay, and the next we don't have any information regarding the profit, but we have number of units sold and the rate per unit. So the number of units sold is 18,000 and the rate per unit is 3. So 18,000 into 3 will get 54,000 is the sales. Okay. If we subtract this cost of sales from the sales, we'll get the profit. Okay. Yes, 10,080 is the profit. Okay. And now we have questions. Prepare a cost sheet to show prime cost. Yes. For prime cost, we have 32,000. Yes. And the next one is work cost. Work cost is 34,000. Yes, I have written. Cost of production. Cost of production is 40,800. Yes, I have written that. Next, cost of production of goods sold. Cost of goods sold is 36,720. Yes, I have written. Next one is cost of sales. Cost of sales is 43,920. Yes. And at last, profit. Profit is 10,080. Yes, I have written it. Okay. I hope now you know how to calculate the value of closing stock. Okay. If there is any difference between the number of units produced and the number of units sold, then there should be some closing stock. Okay. If we find the closing stock, we can easily find out the value of closing stock. Okay. I hope now you are clear with this, and I have given you a small problem for practice. Thank you for your patient listening.